Hey everybody, welcome to another impromptu reading today. I'm gonna go ahead and do one for Thanksgiving. I wanted to get in there and get it done beforehand, and just do a general reading for everybody and give us a little insight into what's going on for the day. I know we still got 2 days out. I'm trying to plan everything and get everything cleaned and all set, hence the not new. This is my kitchen. You'll see the unusual backdrop that I normally have because I'm doing several videos. So I wanted to, the cats are going to go crazy. All right. So I hope you all are doing well. I hope that you are much further along in your plans than I am. I seem in some things I'm doing better and in others I'm not. So I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for today, and I'll probably jump on and do one tomorrow too. But I wanted to get something out there. We need some uplifting message. Yeah, for those of you who have been watching the news, I'm sure that you've seen the cats are going to fight. The news about Waukesha and the parade, my heart goes out to those families. That is just so scary that one person can do that and cause such a lasting problem for a community. The thing is that situations like this leave a scar on a community, and there are many communities out there that have been through similar things that have to find a way to pull themselves back together as a community, come together. It's also during these times when you find out the best about people and the worst about people. There's a lot of that out there. So my heart goes out to those people that are involved. Those that are still in the hospital suffering. I wish you the very, very best, and maybe if we all send our prayers, we can uplift them. So yeah. So we're gonna start off. I'm actually gonna do a 13 card read, which sounds odd, I know. And this goes back to my Thanksgivings at my house where I grew up. We lived in an old converted schoolhouse, and there was a lot of room, so people would show up for Thanksgiving. We had relatives, people from the community who needed a place to go. My mom worked on the base, on the military base, and when there were people who didn't have a place to go, either they were on duty and couldn't make it home, she would bring them home, and it was sort of that gathering to get everybody into the spirit. It was really wonderful, but the reason why 13 is because we had one year where we had 13 people there, all of us. And that may not seem like a lot for you, but it was a lot for us. And that year we actually had 13 pies that people had made and brought, or we had made. And they were all in, we had a room that was off of our kitchen called the shed, which wasn't really a shed. It was more like a cold room. And we would keep things out there because we had a really tiny kitchen at the time. So there were 13 pies for 13 people. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do an uplifting message. All right. What's the message going forth into this holiday season? What do we need to keep in mind for the greater good going into this holiday season? What are the words that we need to know for the holiday season 2021? Words of advice for all signs. do we need to know? All right. So we're going to kick this off with the current energy going into this holiday season. We're going to do things to keep in mind and things that we're going to carry through into the new year. So to start with, current energy going into the new year. This is a bit of hope. I swear that cat waits until I do these things. I'm sure he's got something of mine. All right, it's the star, and that star is our hope. That's our bright, shining light leading us forward. It's asking us, this came in reversed. So we have the Seven of Swords, which normally would be a case of taking your spoils and going home. But in this case, it was reversed. So we're talking about giving to others and reaching out to those that need it and being able to bestow things on others. You know, it doesn't take a lot to be able to do this. It's about the little things and what they can do to enrich everybody's lives. You know, it's as much as a nice word, kind gesture, buy a cup of coffee for somebody, say hello on the street, go out of your way to talk to somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time. Those are the things. It's not how much you have or what you do with it. And yeah, I sound like a Hallmark. I get that. But I think when you look in light of what happened in Wisconsin, that's more than ever needed. You know, this hope is what's going to carry that town through. It's truly a horrifying situation that they've been through, and this will help them. So, if you're a prayer person, lift them up in prayer. If you are meditative, find a way to lift them up in meditation. Put them in your thoughts. And the last card in this bunch we have is also reversed, and it is the Seven of Pentacles. We have 2 sevens. That's interesting. You know, again, this is it's normally would be a contemplating the work needed to be done, but it's in reverse. So we're looking more at looking at what we have as looking, you know, to see what it is that we have or can do to give to others. I really am sounding like a Hallmark movie. You know, it's that instead of looking inward, look for outward towards others, see what you can do to help others. So that's the energy going into this. It's very giving. It's interesting. But I love that the star is right there at the beginning. In the middle row, we have, so this is the energies for the day of Thanksgiving. And I find this highly interesting. So, look at all those swords, right? Clearly there's been a battle. It's, get down, Milo. We're battle weary, we are worn. Obviously, this is how the day is supposed to end. This is how we're looking at it going into it. It is in reverse. So there is that sort of optimism that everybody will be a winner. But we're going to come out a little battle weary and worn. and Milo is on the other side of the camera. And in the middle of that, we have the family dinner with the family. Everybody, it's that holiday spirit. The thing that I would encourage you to do is, it's never going to go completely perfect on Thanksgiving or any holiday dinner in which you gather your family together. There's such a dynamic and such a change in the energy that you want to make sure that you're looking for the good in it. It's easy to become wounded by words and situations. But I would say, look at the source that it is coming from. It does look like there's going to be some interesting words spoken there. Let me clarify that a little bit more. It looks to me like, as with most family gatherings, this is going to be a tenuous situation sometimes. And that's understandable. So you have to just sort of enjoy the good part of it and leave the rest of it behind. So yeah, and realize that those dynamics they're not worth it for the time that you're spending together. It's not worth it to get upset. Let it go. And yeah, I know that's corny. So let's see, we're going to clarify this middle row. I want to clarify the energy for Thanksgiving Day. What have we got going for that day? We had so much hope. What have we got going for that day? Treasures hidden in the shadows. And the Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. So there is this sense that you need to be confident in who you are. Don't let other people tear it down. Definitely feeling like there is some words being said, some feelings are intense, but understand that those are their perspective and not everybody shares it. So we're going to go on from there. All right, so after Thanksgiving, we're leading on into the holiday season. What have we got to look forward to? Definitely this sort of valiant charging in with the full force ahead. Knight of Swords. So we're looking for the magic in the season. We're not, I said magic. Magic would tend to be a wand, but more of the truth of the season. We're looking for I think we're charging in to find some value in what is going on around us. And it especially shows up with our middle card in the row, which is, what is that, 5 of Pentacles, which usually denotes somebody who is looking seeking assistance, looking for help. They're going towards the church with the lighted window. And this is in reverse. So I would say, look within yourself, definitely, and make it the season that you want it to be. I don't feel so much that this this feels like the wounds of everything from the past year. It feels like everything being filled in together. So there's definitely that heaviness, and it's asking you to release that in however way you do that. So the last card is, it has been called Delusions, but it can also be dreams. It can be the things that you were wishing for, the cornucopias of what you hope to attain. think of it as more an orchestrating of things going forward. So this is all of the activities that you have going within the season and being able to put them into place and get organized with it, which is exactly what I'm trying to do today. So there is that. You know, that so all right, so we're going to clarify this last row here. We're asking clarification of the energy going into the rest of the holiday season. What do we need to know? It certainly has, you know, it's a reflection of the year that we've had so far. So what is it that we need to know? I find it interesting, the cards that are upside down are the ones that denote struggling or fighting or strife or pain. These are all upside down. So instead, we're looking for a way to turn that around. What do we need to know going into the holiday season? What do we need to know? That is more than I need. I'll put those puppies back in there. There's two there. All right, here's our final two cards in the drawing. So the first, I was looking for clarification of the energy moving forward, and it definitely does feel like a new journey. Feels like we're embarking on something new. I always feel like that when I get to the end of the year. I start thinking about possibilities, which is what this card is about. It's about possibilities. So the Fool tells us that we are embarking on a journey, and it does advise that you pay attention, of course, to where you're going, because he could very easily walk off of the cliff. But he does have he has a little dog to sort of warn him. I tend to think of the little dog as your inner voice. You know, it's telling you when you should and when you shouldn't. So pay attention to that little voice, because that's going to be important. And the Emperor is the last one, and it is in reverse. So in this case, we're looking at we have all the information, we have all the facts. Instead of ruling from within, rule from the outside, so to speak. Encompass everyone in your journey. You have a journey. I don't think it's so much internal as it is external. Definitely feeling that way. Share seems to be the overall theme for this. This last row is quite interesting. You know, starting off with this beckoning truth coming in, your new journey, and the opportunities. So it looks good. It looks like once we get over the expectations of the holiday, I think that's part of the problem for Thanksgiving and other holidays where you tend to sit down with a lot of people, is we have built up our expectations on it. So this is telling you to just believe in the magic. Understand that what's happening is for the greater good. There are treasures hidden in the shadows. All right. Remember, if you have a moment, lift up those families in prayer and thoughts, energy, whatever you want to put out there for them that will help them. All right. Hope you all are doing well. As I said, I might jump on tomorrow, depending on how crazy the schedule is, which I need to get back to working on. So, sending you the best from me. Bye-bye.